let's begin. So today is July 20. Is that right? Is it 20 or 21 today? 21. Okay, thank you. 21 of July, and it's Wednesday, and we're here at Alive Wellness Center with a hypno-meditation healing workshop. So, let's begin. If you've already closed your eyes, imagine that you're closing your eyelids over the top of your eyelids again. This will allow your eyelids to have a little more heaviness and relaxation. Just let them rest. They've been blinking hundreds and maybe thousands of times today without you even realizing until now. How smooth and effective is your subconscious to be able to do that for you, so that you can get on with the things that you would like to be doing during the day. So now that you feel your body, just scan from the top of your head down to your feet, and just get a sense of any tightness or tension or any niggles or little pockets here and there, and just make a decision that you're willing to let that go. You don't have to know how to do that. Just make a decision that you're willing, and it will go during this session. Very good. Now bring your awareness into your breathing. And I'd like you to engage in bringing a conscious breath up and in. And when you reach that full breath, I would like you to change your focus to the beating of your heart, or the feeling of the beat, or any kind of connection you can make with that gentle pulsing of your heart. And let your out-breath release unconsciously. So you're breathing in with a nice long conscious breath, full breath, and then as you're about to let it go, begin to focus on your heart pulse, gentle pulse, and allow your breath to unconsciously exhale. Bringing in the breath consciously all the way up, and then releasing, and just focus on your heartbeat. Wherever that connection is, if it's a feeling, a sound, or both, whatever connection you can make with that gentle pulsing of your heart, that's fine. As you relax into it, you'll find that. Bringing your conscious breath up to full cup, and then releasing and focusing on your gentle pulse of the heart. And you'll begin to notice that the pulse is almost pushing the air out with every beat. It pushes gently, releases the air out. And you'll begin to move into a sense of ease as you just let that happen. So you're engaging the conscious, and then you're focusing conscious and allowing unconscious to breathe out for you. Using conscious, and then focusing on heart pulse and relaxing the unconscious to do the exhale for you. And just allow this rhythm to take place. some of you may notice that your mind wanders off, or it might go into a distraction, it gets distracted, or into a story. If that occurs, it's okay. Just bring your attention back to breathing in consciously, focusing on the heartbeat, and relaxing. If the mind wanders off or gets distracted, check it, and then bring it back. You'll begin to discover how often your mind is distracting you or not distracting you. And this exercise teaches you to lead your mind. Because most people have had their mind leading them. And the mind is not a good leader. The reason being is because the mind was never designed to lead. It was designed as a tool to use for designing. But if you have not been leading your mind, the mind has had no other choice but to take over and do its best. And that's where our life gets into a mess. That's where we find certain areas of our life a little messy. Because our mind has been doing the job and we've not been leading it. And part of the reason why you haven't been leading it is because you didn't know how. And this happens unconsciously. So you don't even realize it's happening. That's what I call a program. So you allow that program to run, thinking that it's serving you well, but it's not. And then you try and get on with other things in your life that you're doing well with, and they're going good. And then these things crop up or happen, and it's like dragging you back down or pulling you, holding you back or keeping you stuck. It's a self-sabotage pattern. So as you do this exercise, breathing in consciously, and then you focus on your heartbeat and let your unconscious breathe out, you're starting to strengthen your leadership within yourself. First step. This is the first step. And you can tell immediately in what kind of condition your leadership to mind relationship or equation is by how many times your mind has been distracted off doing the technique. You may be a little shocked or surprised or startled inside. You thought you were in control. Now, one of the little games that the mind plays to try and protect itself is to say to you, yeah, I've got this. Don't worry, I've got it all under control. And you go, okay. Well, that's the mind leading you. It's a very precarious position to be in. But you will notice in your life the things that you do well, the things that you enjoy, your mind is not leading it. You are leading your mind, and your mind is cooperating in that in an harmonious way. But then there are other parts of us that we feel this struggle or conflict within us, and we can't quite put our finger on where it's coming from. I'll give you a clue. It's what we're talking about. It's between you and the mind. There's a conflict going on. And the conflict is this, basically. The mind is leading in certain areas that it doesn't know how to do, and you are not leading it. And you want to go in this direction over here, but you're not leading the mind with you in that direction. You want to go over there, but your mind is pulling you another way because you haven't led your mind. You haven't embraced your mind, brought it into harmony, and began to work together as a cooperation. And that's called harmony. It's called alignment. And it feels good. The only time that you don't feel good is when your mind and body are out of alignment. When you're doing something you like or you enjoy or you're in the zone, it's because you're leading the way, your intention's set, and your mind's with you, and you're in alignment, and you feel good. And what people do is, when they can't figure this out, what we're talking about, they get stuck in that feeling of trying to figure it out. And that's another program, trying to figure it out. And what they do is they ask their mind for the answer, which doesn't know, because the mind is just a program, and it becomes a non-stop ruminating, and that creates noise in the background of your mind. And when there's noise, the noise is thinking. A well-functioning human being is when you choose to use your mind and you choose to lay it down to rest. And your mind loves that. The mind doesn't want to be working all the time. It doesn't want that obligation. There's a clarity here. Point is there's a clarity. So, breathing in, consciously up, and exhaling, and focus on your pulse. Now, personally, I like to explain things, because when you know why you're doing something, it gives you more motivation. If you're doing something and you don't know where it's going or what it's for, sometimes it can be a half-hearted approach. Not always. Some people are good that way. But personally, myself, when I know why I'm doing this, I feel I can settle into it more. I can be committed to it. I can have conviction in doing that, because I know I'm not where I want to be yet, but I know, but by doing this, it's leading me in that direction. Breathing in, and then focus on your breathing. This will help strengthen that distinction between leader and mind. Now, when you've got this really good, you will be able to breathe normally without engaging in your breath, and watch your breath. And you'll notice You're either engaging in the breath or you're thinking. And when you're thinking, you're not engaging in the breath, but you're not watching the breath. Then you're thinking, so you can't be watching. So what I've done here is I've split it in half. I've broken this down into a half to make it easier for you to access, because once you can stay with breathing consciously in and then letting go and letting the unconscious breathe you out, at least you're getting halfway there. And you can catch your mind thinking and bring it back. And as you do this and this, you'll get this, then you'll be able to go on to the full breath of just watching the breath. And if you can just observe your breath, even for 2 seconds, without being engaged, without breathing it, just watching it, it opens a doorway into a space so profound, so peaceful, so absolute, fertile for creativity. If you just see that door for 2 seconds, even 1.5 seconds, it will change your life, because you will see something that you never knew existed within you, because no one ever showed you that was there available. And you've been missing that opportunity. Now, also, once you're able to watch your breathing without engaging into it, you can then also watch your thinking without engaging into it. And as you begin to apply that awareness, which is what you're developing here, awareness, the key that opens all doors is awareness. And this is developing your awareness. And when this awareness gets to a point that you've got a good grasp on this awareness, your awareness is strong, you can start to be aware of your thinking, and you will start to see the subconscious programs that have been running you that you couldn't see before you had this awareness. And when you get that awareness, you'll be so delighted. All of a sudden you will realize that you can have control of your life, your world, and you'll understand why you haven't. And you'll understand why you felt like a victim, and why things didn't go well in certain areas and why things go good in certain areas. There's so many inconsistencies in your life. Once you get this, you become consistently consistent in doing well, being well, well-being. It's very powerful. And this is the beginning. This is the start, by taking that breath up and then relaxing and just learning how to have that awareness. And if your mind goes away, if it gets distracted, when you bring it back with some compassion. Wow, I'm bringing it back. Wow, my mind's been doing that for decades. And I've only just realized today that's what it's been doing. Basically, my mind's just been on a rampage. It's like leaving a child unattended, perhaps in a sweet shop, or worse still, a china shop. A shop that makes china cutlery and things, just to clarify that. And now you're coming back to that child, the mind, and saying, hey, I'm back. I'm going to be here. I'm going to attend to you. And I'm going to attend to you in a loving way because I have not been here for you. And I'm really sorry. Because I didn't know. No one ever told me this. I never learned this at school. My parents didn't tell me. My grandparents didn't. Because they didn't even know. This, what you're learning now, is so profound. It will break the slavery of the whole of your genetic ancestral linkages. This is the beginning of the instruction manual that you didn't come here with in your life. This is the manual. You get through this, into that door, you're into the manual. You'll have any question, anything you've ever wanted to know available to your awareness. That's a pretty bold statement, but I'll stand by it. And each class we do here is taking you closer and closer to that. And my intention, my contribution, if you like, is to assist you to that door and through it so that you become the control of your life. And it's pure creativity. And you will express it and learn it in your own unique way. So let that sink deep down into your heart. Take it to heart, what I'm saying. Because you will feel, you will resonate with what I'm saying if it feels right for you. So now, let's move into the healing, letting your body relax. And I'll begin with some sounds to help you. And then I'm going to move into some deep suggestions for your well-beingness, for your strength, and more of this clarity that you're opening to today. Once there were two energies. One was deep and reflective, like the moon. Both were very intelligent in their own ways, mysterious. They came together in a great revelation. The other was an illuminating, like the brilliant sun, that felt so warm and loving. They used this understanding was simultaneous and totally transformative, and ran deep within. But now there was a clear ability to cooperate, and they both received to get a new clarity. So well together, day by day, hour by hour, the harmony was better and better. The body to work with these energies in this new way, in so many ways. A feeling of learning and unconscious limiting beliefs and relief were now dissolved, dismantled, and transmuted. A new intention and direction developing with great ease, easier and a calm settled with every word, with a sense resting of excitement your awareness and enthusiasm permeated the whole being as the flavor every cell feeling of the body, radiating expanded consciousness throughout every cell and particle, clearly on the path of adventure. The mind began to clear, and an excitement is building within, into an unknown new awareness and clarity, newness, crystal clear of creativity and beautifully communicating, smooth and connecting with like-minded, loving beings, sharing love and intelligence together, who enjoy healing and loving this feeling of sharing with a great sense of ease and pleasure. Awareness of communication becoming more enjoyable and effective, with inspiration, clearing and transmuting, and realize how whole comfortable you are is wonderful in this new feeling, restoring to life and harmony, excited and to all the cells, body and mind, that everything is working out. This well is a great opportunity to open, and it feels good to be on the right path, and the body is restored forward to order and direction, harmony, getting elevated as it opens up to more loving energies. I feel better to new levels. My heart offering these suggestions and understanding help you take it all the way. Focusing becomes easier now, and much more enjoyable source of intelligence. You really get this, whilst absorbing these words and sounds, the unconscious, accepting the unity absorb into your heart, and brings feeling good harmony and order. That also can absorb these words, suggestions. Feels so easy, absorbing all of these so easily, effortlessly. And my future voice and more love and understanding to my future self and back, from all around and within, with as your awareness, grace, focusing trust, new areas, with new information, you're learning that assists me to do things. That is building better and better communication on a daily basis, exciting and renewing to feeling expanded body. It's easy to let go and transform old habits, and this connection feels stronger
radiating, knowing that order and harmony ensues, and reign going from strength to strength every day, creating health, harmony, and acceptance. Awareness
in a
is the
balanced
key
way
to feel through, to more awareness, the peace and stillness grows deeper and and more fulfilling. That key turning, unlocking, that doors and realms into more love of consciousness and awareness, and now transitioning into your abilities of healing, restores to greatness, new abilities and levels. And is available for you to acceptance immediately. Feels secure, embrace and settling, and claim and play and wondering about use these path new abilities into creativity to learn more, creating consciously and unconscious reality working together in consciousness, and being even more creative in a joyful state. Seeing the dream as this dream, the integration of all of this and all of these suggestions from a clear perspective beautifully into the tapestry, and freeing of your life as you feel yourself as consciousness, recognizing and feel yourself as consciousness, recognizing the dream expanded, with an aura of consciousness overseeing the thoughts, with an aura of consciousness overseeing thoughts in this and sphere of clarity and peace. You feel present, crystal clear consciousness, recognizing and watching, observing your feelings. Is a new heart of love process, elevated feelings, and has elevated the chakras and take you higher. The clarity of new consciousness are healing and balancing, radiating within and around the organs in the body, responding positively. White light, crystal clear, and the body responds beautifully and welcomes this source of freshness and healing as the brain relaxes, lighter and lighter, brighter and you brighter. Can feel the balancing, health and well-being improving every day in your mind and body as you change your consciousness levels. A transition from superstition into the strength of knowingness. It's working for you. It is literally working for you in ways that you may not realize is being raised. Just awareness and relaxing into it more and more deeply is a pleasurable sensation and experience that brings you great joy, knowing that this has always been the true you, claiming it and seeing through the veils into clarity. You seeing the truth elevated in heartfelt feelings. It is a total transformation as they are more every day. A new sense of recognition and understanding of a total transformation and a new you.
in the peace. Become aware of the space around your body. And the volume of space that your body occupies in that space around you. And become aware of the space around your body that occupies the space in this room. And be aware of the space in this room that occupies space in space. Knowing that you're using your awareness to feel that space, and that your awareness is now outside of the body, and we have had an awareness inside the body today, and now your awareness is on the outside in the spaciousness around your body. And you do feel balanced in this state, and equilibrium. On the completion of this session today, you will feel balanced, refreshed, rejuvenated. As I count up to 1, when I reach 1 and snap my fingers, your eyes open and you feel refreshed, rejuvenated, recharged, and you will have received something of value today that has been exactly what you needed to know. Feel or understand. Each number brings you back into the full conscious clarity. When I reach the count of 1, you'll be crystal clear, all faculties working crystal clear, feeling good all through and through. 9. Each time you listen to this audio, you're able to gain more well-beingness, a sense of pleasure and relaxation, and whatever other valuable things that you discover on your listening journeys. 8, 7, 6, coming all the way back up now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes open. Welcome back. So,